How many of you have been in online classes that you would say are really stagnant, really boring, hard to learn? It's like a glorified independent study. We're putting a lot of work in here trying to make this a dynamic class, but like anything you're going to learn in your career, nobody is successful alone. Behind the scene, we have online learning. We have Matt helping us. Say hi, Matt. All right. And again, as we get into some of these subjects, especially team building, everything else, and that leadership, you'll find your success depends upon all the people who help you get there. The program we're going to talk about right now is called The Ethical Leader, Becoming the Ethical Leader, and it's part of a program that I have taught all over the United States. And we're going to do other videos like this throughout the program to help you get a good understanding. What is a leader? What is a manager? What is a supervisor? And how very, very important it is for a leader, to understand and be able to mesh these roles. There's many an organization that has a great supervisor and a great manager. One makes sure all the budget's done, one makes sure everybody gets their schedules, but a lousy leader, and that's when an organization fails. And that becomes the leadership challenge. All right, organization. We'll talk about management organizations for a minute. All right, so what is management? Management, again, like is budget. It's about data. It's about facts. It's like picture you're going to climb a mountain, and the manager makes sure that everything's done. He makes sure the supplies are done, and he makes sure everything, and the supervisor makes sure that I have enough people to complete the task. But the leader is the vision that helps you get there and knows why you're climbing the mountain. We're going to deal with issues like how difficult it is to define what is a leader. Now, leadership, it's easy to tell when there is lack of leadership, but it's hard to define what are the qualities. It's like trust. Trust is another thing, very hard to define, but easy to say there's a lack of trust in this organization, which some of you might be suffering from. We'll talk about the difference between central and decentralized leadership, about flat organizations and heavy bureaucracies. So again, leadership becomes very difficult to define within itself. And we're going to, and this, as I travel the country and teach, I also teach to profit and nonprofit. What we're talking about has nothing to do with purely law enforcement. The issues we're talking about is germane through any organization. As we look at what makes a leader, there's some components I want to. A leader has a vision where we're going. Without the vision, it's just a manager, a supervisor. What is our purpose? And law enforcement needs a vision. It isn't day-to-day solving problems. It's day-to-day solving problems with a purpose to it. The training and what we're talking about needs to be realistic, fit the real world. And ethics does matter. I spent a lot of time teaching ethics. Ethics matters. Ethics without leadership or leadership without ethics is lacking. And it takes great courage, as we talk about this function. I want you to take a moment. And I want you to take a sheet of paper, and this is going to be part of our discussion later on when you're in your discussion. I want you to look at what is the best and the worst supervisors you ever had. So who was the best or the worst person? Separate them, the best qualities and what made the best and the worst one. What were their role? What was this person like? What did this person, how did they treat you? And what did it feel like to work for this person? So I want you to take a sheet and I want you to divide it up, and in discussion we're going to talk about what in your experience working for the best and the worst. And our goal is later in your career, when we do this with people that report to you, you're the best, not the worst. This becomes a key part. So I want you at this point, I want you to pause, I want you to work on this and then join me. And this will be part of our discussion.